these are all our goods, and this presentation was produced in-house by Evelyn, who's actually had the controls. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a beautiful regal emerald cut diamond. Pear shape. Typically we're showing 20 carat in this video. It's an asscher-cut diamond bracelet. On the right are emerald cuts. Blue heart shape set with white micro diamonds. These are canary diamonds. These are called fancy yellow as opposed to fancy intense yellow or fancy vivid yellow, which we also deal in. These are gem green emeralds, green Colombian. Canary squares with white squares on top. A romantic piece. Little square white diamonds. Gem ruby and white diamond. Large, like 20 carat blue sapphire cushion. Gem rubies, cushions and ovals. Canary. Square greens, and on the bottom are large drop asscher-cut whites. These are all round white diamonds, 4 or 5 rows. These are double row of ovals. There's a large drop oval cushion sapphire. There's actually an old Cartier piece, which is trading in the market. These are canaries, surrounded by whites. 5 carat vivid cushion diamond. Here are 2 of our best salespeople, Angelina. Angelina wore these green emeralds and created a sensation around the world for large green emerald drops. Many kids went to private school in the jewelry business because of these earrings. And Jennifer just wore these at the Golden Globes. We were part of a group which constructed these earrings. They ended up at Harry Winston, and he loaned it to someone, to Jennifer, at the Golden Globes. So, at this point, I wanted to spend a few minutes on the basic core question. The title of the evening was Investing in Gems. And you know the famous question, are gems an investment? Well, we never use that word in our firm. It's a forbidden word to say the word investment. It's too loaded. We sell fine jewels. And people press us. We say, well, we'd like to sell you gems which have upside potential, which are a good asset. And that's exactly what we do. We try to place all our clients in gorgeous gems, certificated, which have the highest upside potential. But we never, ever use the word investment. Because investment implies a lot of liquidity. It implies a lot of visibility. It implies a lot of transparency. In our business, there's no transparency, there's no visibility. You don't know what the load charges are. No 2 gems are really the same. You know, it's one of these things easy to get in, not that easy necessarily to get out. Like war and a few other institutions. So our deal is selling fine jewels. And again, we place people in jewels which we believe will have the highest upside potential. Almost all our clients, 95%, who have bought 1, 2, and 3 carats from us over the past 20, 30 years are all in decos. We beg them, we almost force them to buy them, and they've done very well. And clients of ours who have come to resell the goods have also done well. Some have broken even, some have done very well. But, you know, it's very dicey to say you're going to buy gems as an investment, because often the jeweler himself doesn't know the score, doesn't have access to the top jewels, even with the best of intention. And then you have to buy it right, and you have to then sell it right. It's not so simple. It's more like buying, you know, let's say, prime real estate. You know, you have to buy it, hold it, and find a buyer. If you buy it strictly for investment, it can be a long process, or it can be a risky process. So we never ever use the word in the office. I was even tense if they use the word on the subject. It's like, for us, it's a third rail. Why go there? Why overpromise? Why get involved in that? We deliver a great product as it is. But at the same token, if you are going to buy a gem, you do want to buy the item which has the most upside potential. So, I mean, notwithstanding the load charges coming in, notwithstanding the load charges going out, if the trajectory is strong enough, you can actually do very well. But again, that's not the reason to buy the gem. You have to buy the gem because you want to buy the gem irrespective of any potential upside investment on the situation. That's our humble caution to people. If it works out, great. But that can't be the primary purpose. Okay, now we're going to get more into this aspect of it. And first we're going to start with some technicals, certificate technicals, because as I said, the certification is one of the key legs, one of the triad, one of the three legs of the stool in buying a fine gem. Okay, everyone? Okay, here we have a certificate for gem rubies. We do a big global business, rubies to VIP clientele, heads of state, and we sell them 5 to 15 carat, 5 to 15 carat gem rubies. Now, to make it simple, we would tell you, okay, ask for a GRS certificate. Let's keep it simple, right? Not get too complicated. Now, a GRS certificate, what you want to see is Burma. You want to see vivid, and you want to see a comment called HA at the bottom, or you want it to say untreated totally. So HA actually means the lowest level of heating, and HA is the standard of excellence in gem rubies, meaning at the top Fifth Avenue firms, or our firm, or top boutiques around the world, if you go to their experienced salesperson, they'll show you goods of this genre. Now, goods which are totally untreated are available also at 5 to 7 times the price. So we're only selling to VIP clientele to begin with, typically say from a net worth 20 million to 10 billion. So I'd say 19 out of 20 of our clients want this HA. Maybe 1 out of 20 of this super select class, super select financially, want the untreated. So you'll say, why should anybody want a treated item? It's mildly treated. They're quite beautiful. And that's the standard of excellence. Let's call that the Mercedes Plus standard for rubies. Below that, they're not liquid. And even above the HA, they're not really liquid. So we like liquid, but the untreated are not really liquid article. It's so expensive. As dealers, we like liquid. To us, liquidity implies upward price potential. And the rubies are the only item that didn't miss a beat through the entire recession depression of the past 2.5 years. They literally never went down 1%. As unbelievable that sounds. Diamonds temporarily retreated about 20%. They're back up about half. So they lost about 10% compared to the day before Lehman crash. They went down 20, up back 10. Still down about 10% from the day before Lehman. Rubies are now about 10% above, 10, 15% above what they were the day before Lehman crashed. They didn't miss a beat. Okay, so there are other certifications, but to keep it simple, the GRS clearly delineates the key parameters. You may ask, how can you have Burma stones if Burma stones cannot legally be imported into America? That's a logical question, right? Well, the answer is that there are plenty of goods, Burma goods. And frankly, respectfully, top gems know no boundaries. It's like $100 bills, no boundaries. We're buying all the goods in America, and that's the way of the world. So everything I'm saying is public, manned on YouTube. Gems know no boundaries. We're buying everything. We and all the other major jewelers buying everything in America. And somehow they find their way into America. That's the way it is. And the market for gem goods is only Burma goods. All the above are true. Okay, let's go on to the next item. Now we're talking about green emeralds. Green emeralds, we like Googling certificate. Most of the goods are Googling certified. Googling and GRS are both, basically, both have offices in Switzerland. They also have sub-offices in New York and Bangkok. And on the Googling certificate, on the green emerald, what we're looking for minor. See that one word, minor? Can you see that? That third word. Indications of minor clarity enhancement. Minor in the green is like HA in the red. You want a little, but not too much. Again, 19 out of 20 stones that we sell are minor, Googling certificated. Maybe 1 out of 20 are no clarity enhancement. And again, with that same ratio of price, maybe 3 or 4 to 1 more expensive if there's no enhancement. Again, they're less liquid if there's no enhancement. Again, 19 out of 20, these are all fabulously wealthy people. Where money is, to a great extent, no object. But the buzz is go for the minor, and that's the way that plays out. We want the natural emerald, the green emerald, the Colombian emerald, yeah, Colombian. And now both with the rubies and the green emeralds, of course we want a beautiful article. Nobody just have the certification without a beautiful article. But we want both. We want a beautiful article and beautiful certification. Anything else? Can have beautiful certification not be beautiful? Yes. Can it really be beautiful without the top certification? It's difficult. At first glance, you can get fooled. But if you, as a reality check, it looks gorgeous, and you have the certification, and again, you have a top firm behind it, then you're in pretty good shape. And frankly, what's nice about this, then you actually can comparison shop. You go to 3 or 4 firms. Say, I want only this. I only want this certification. Don't show me anything else. Don't confuse me. I don't want to know from them. I don't want to see anything else. It's hard enough to figure this stuff out, even if you're dealing with one certificate and one standard. And then you can actually defend yourself as a consumer. Go to Winston, go to Van Cleef, etc. And you say, only show me this. I don't see anything else. And if it looks beautiful, and you see the certificate, you write down the price, and then you can defend yourself. Without that, it's just too confusing, even for a dealer. Because you change certificates, all the dynamics change completely, like in so many areas of life. You stick to one certification for given gems, comparison shop, and slowly you gear up. Slowly your system gears up to what's really beautiful. At first, it won't gear up. First, the first few stones you look at will look very beautiful. The first green emeralds will look very beautiful. You have to see a selection in a few different places until your whole entire system aesthetically ramps up. You get a feel for what's nice. If it doesn't look beautiful, don't buy it. Fine gem should look beautiful, and it will look beautiful. There's no way that a gorgeous gem cannot look beautiful. Okay, now we're going to shift to diamonds. Diamonds people are more familiar with, right? We know diamond colors go from D to Z, right? D all the way down to Z. David Birnbaum tells you that he likes to deal in D colors. Okay, Tiffany will sell, and we like Tiffany a lot. Tiffany's a great place to comparison shop. They're very straight, very correct. You have to force them to show a GIA certificate, right? Not their own in-house certificate. But aside from that little curveball, you force them to show the GIA certificate. They're nice straight dealers. I'll give you a straight scoop. They're typically dealing D to I color, as far as the color. The GI certificate will say, as we all know, will say specifically the color. Okay, now we're going to go to the clarity chart. Clarity, the top 5 clarities are considered premium clarity. All the major firms are dealing in all these clarities. The sweet spots around here, VVS2, like the Goldilocks spot, not too hot, not too cold. But anywhere around there is a nice spot. And some people, say only buy flawless. That's like saying only buy untreated emeralds, or only buy unheated rubies. It'll cost you more. It's fine. You might be able to get two for the price of one if you buy a VS2 instead of flawless. But they're all fine. Most of our clients, again, I see 19 out of 20 are going in the zone here, VVS2, VS1. And every once in a while, some will say, I want to buy $1 million of flawless, fine. But they have different objectives. They have excess money. They just want to put it away. They don't want to get complicated. They want to be able to sell, say to the children, their wife, I have $20 trillion of flawless goods. End of story. No discussion, nothing complicated. It's fine. Okay, moving right along. Now we're going to segue back to that famous diamond pricing that I started with in the first place. So rumor has it that I was born in the 50s at 500 a carat for 1 carat D flawless gem. Remember I told you before about the diamond boom? When Mandeville spoke to us, they were at 65,000 a carat in January, the 3rd of January 1980. From 500, I graduated Harvard in June 74, 5,500, went into business. By 3rd of January 1980, there's 65,000 a carat. We spoke to Nagel spoke to De Beers told us not to give advice. Diamond price went from 65,000 down to 8,000 a carat in 12 months. They annihilated their own wealth, annihilated it. They were the biggest diamond holdings in the universe. They annihilated their own holdings for no reason whatsoever. All they had to do was delay the sales 90 days. In any event, this shows from 1950 to 1974. Okay, now we're going to do the next chart. This will be a little different. Next chart, we get off that D flawless track because, as I've said, it's not really the optimal thing to put away money in anyway. I'm going to compare diamond price performance with gold performance. What we did, we track a basket of color and clarity. And now we're tracking 5 carat. We're not tracking 1 carat anymore. So first chart was 1 carat D flawless, right? And this is 5 carat basket, D to H color, right? And then the top 5 clarities. Remember I told you the Wolf premium clarity? Tracking the basket. Okay, now this axis here is gold price per ounce. So in 1982, the price for gold per ounce is about 400 an ounce. As we know, now it's about 1,400 an ounce, right? 2011. It's 2010, about 1,400 an ounce. Then we created this index. We set the index at 100 at that same point in time, beginning of 1982. So we can contract the two comparatively. We built this chart in-house. It's complicated to build it. So we had to create the basket Then they create the index, and they plot against the gold. Anyway, it's manageable, obviously. So it's interesting. So diamond pricing, see, it went down a little bit. I mentioned it went down about 20%, but it started rebounding. On that scale, diamonds are at 650, or 6.5 times what they were in 1982. And gold, we know, is at 1,400 an ounce. 1,400 divided by 400. In any event, there's a lot of upward pressure from the diamond mines who want to catch up with gold. The one thing diamond mines don't like to do is fall behind gold miners. It's like the ultimate sin. So they're trying very hard to push up the price. The market pushes back. It is a free market now. It's notwithstanding whatever you hear about cartels. There are 5 or 6 major mines, and they do compete. They're outside sources. It's a free market. No one was sure what would happen when De Beers lost its hammerlock on the market in the period that I told you. From March 1980 to March 1981, it sort of lost its control. No one really knew what would happen to the whole situation. But it turns out the free market worked its way back up. But free markets are obviously healthy. So when I say that diamond mines are pushing hard, they are pushing very hard. But it turns out that in the current environment, while it's true that the super rich, let's say top 2% of the world financially, are buying. Below that is limited buying in the Western world. In Asia, there's more buying, there's more burgeoning middle class in China in particular, as we know. And they believe in gems more, and they're actually more astute in gems. They're taught about gems actually at a very young age. So they're active buyers in the middle market, medium type goods. Anyway, there's always a tug of war. And as I said, it's still below peak prices. Diamond price is still below peak prices, except in blue and pink diamonds. Blue and pink diamonds, which are the playground of the super rich, say top 100th of 1% of the world financially, diamond prices are significantly higher than they were pre-Lehman Brothers, interestingly enough, and rising. And on the one hand, there's always merchandise. On the other hand, prices are rising. This is both true. Okay, now we're going to move right along. So, question is, if you go to buy a diamond, what do you want to look for? The easiest diamond to buy is a round diamond. Why is that? Because a round diamond is a grade called cut. Can everyone see that? Cut. If that's excellent, and the other two parameters, polish and symmetry, are also excellent, you are well defended. You have to make sure that where it says fluorescence, it says none. You don't want blue fluorescence. You want a blue diamond for $1 trillion. But you don't want blue fluorescence because it's going to knock down the price of the diamond even by half. A decolored diamond with strong blue is worth half the price of a decolored diamond with none. So it's tricky. There's a lot of scams because on the internet, for instance, say, buy a blue diamond, buy a blue diamond. It's not a blue diamond. It's a white diamond with blue fluorescence, which is death. Interesting, right? You're so careful. And you don't have to be careful, but you're just fascinated. And we used to get calls like 10 years ago. I want a blue diamond for $700. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Well, I can get 10 of them on the internet. Oh, I don't think so. Anyway, here's D-flawless, but it doesn't have to be D-flawless, right? Again, diamonds with the GIA, right? Everybody knows that. Then the next question is, how do I know that the certificate actually matches that stone, right? That's the next question. Here's a certificate, here's a diamond. How do we know that they belong to each other? Okay, as we say in the trade, that's the least of your worries. Well, they have measurements, and all jewelers around the world have millimeter gauges, a 3 measurement, and you just literally measure it. I mean, it's not as if someone's out to get you, switching a diamond, but just general prudence. Trust but verify, right? Trust but verify. Ronald Reagan's old line with the Russians, trust but verify. Trust but verify, well, the measurements will be there. So, to recap, if you're buying a D color, an E color, any color, let's say hypothetically bind between D and H color in that zone. Let's say hypothetically bind between flawless and VS. Okay, you tell the jeweler, I only want to see what's called triple X. And of course, by the by, no fluorescence. You gently drop that. Then you're well defended, then you compare price. Go to Tiffany, et cetera, et cetera. And the round diamond is close that any gem comes to being a commodity. But buyers like a commodity. The closer it is to commodity, the more you defend it. If you want to get fancy, you made a lot of money on this or that, you want to buy other things, it's a different story. But if you want to play defense, that's the way to play defense. And it's a very defendable situation. You can defend yourself the consumer can defend themselves very, very well buying a round diamond. This last parameter is only in place about 10 years, maybe less. So, but with the parameter in place, you can defend yourself. That's pretty clear, right? Okay. Now let's go along to more advanced warfare, advanced diamond warfare. Okay. We were in the market for a matched pair of 10 to 12 carat each for a client. Our cost should be roughly about $5 million for the pair. And we put out feelers in the market. And a dealer, a well-known name, said they have a pair. They happen to have a pair. So I said to my staffer, Ellie, who's here. Well, Ellie said to me, how can they possibly have it at a good price? They're retailers. I said, well, sometimes retailers have secondary goods coming to the market, especially now. There are people, of course, due to the situation in quotes, who are selling expensive gems into the market. Okay. And we actually bought another pair, a similar type of situation, a few weeks ago. Of 5 carats which came into the market, bought them very well. Okay, so the retailer, is a name brand retailer, or it's not Winston, sends over the goods. And we see this notation. It says HPHT. You see that? That means it's worth 90% less. 90. They offered us at $4 million. They're worth 400,000. They offered to us. They're trying to con us. These are not smart people. They're trying to con us. Imagine the consumer. So this is important. This is, again, I said, advanced warfare. So what does this mean? There are high-tech techniques to take H-color diamonds and change them into E-color diamonds, right? To boost them a few grades. Under high pressure, high temperature. And it slightly alters the chemical composition. And the lab can tell. The GIA lab can tell. So we say to the GIA lab, don't certify it at all. Don't give it your imprimatur.